Hello, my name is Guy Clapperton, editor of Professional Outsourcing magazine, and with me today is Orlando Bayter, founder and chief executive of Ormuco. Orlando, thank you very much indeed for joining us today. So, tell me about Ormuco's journey.
So when you're trying to become an innovative company, you have to think what is going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years from now. So as you know, Montreal is the capital of the video games. So we start targeting these video game companies to host and manage their software and the video games when they run it. So with this expertise, we realized that a lot of the gaming companies couldn't go to a public cloud provider or a private provider to be able to run their games. So we spent 24 months of R&D to build the next generation cloud. A cloud that allows you to be private and allow you to be public and allow you to have workloads between the two of them. Then with this innovation that we did, allow you to have database performance of 25 million IOPS on 100 million IOPS, we're able to provide this cloud delivery platform as a white label solution for service providers to be able to comply with data sovereignty.
And you decided to partner with HP. How did that come about?
So first of all, we were very innovative in the video game industry. So HP came to us and we were working on the cloud with the video game and they say, hey, how we can collaborate. And after speaking with HP, I understood their strategy and they understand my strategy. We built an ecosystem called the Helium Network, in which Ormuco is a charter member. This ecosystem is service providers across the world in which we collaborate to each other. Ormuco can provide the platform to this service provider to deliver cloud services in their countries with data sovereignty across the world. So imagine yourself, a customer is in UK and want to have the same service in the Middle East, for example. Now they can, because it's the same infrastructure, the same SLA, the same operation. For a customer, it's not a surprise to use a different solution in a different country. It will be the same because we're using the same standard. Now in terms of security, we have a security standard. In terms of open standards, we still are using open standard to be able to interact with each other. So for an end customer, for a service provider, allowed to provide better service to the customers. So when we discuss all the things with HP, it makes a perfect sense to be able to partner together and have a go-to-market to go to every country and start building an Ormuco cloud in which we can empower our partners to become a white-level solution of Ormuco.
Now, of course, there's been a bit of repositioning in the cloud industry recently, with HP deciding that from January 2016, it's not going to be offering public cloud at all. How does that affect a company like yours?
Okay, look, that's a great advantage for us, and that was a good strategy from HP, because they didn't want to compete with their partners. They wanted to empower the partners and provide the things that they're very good at and let the partners innovate on the top of their solution. So imagine yourself now, we're doing go-to-market with HP, expanding across the world, building with them, looking for service provider in which we can empower a cloud solution like ours. So if you consider HP, this was a strategy that can actually allow them to go faster to market.
Okay. There are a lot of cloud companies out there. There's people like Rackspace, AWS. I'm not asking you to compare yourselves directly to the competition, but what would you say are Ormuco's strengths?
So we're not exactly like AWS and the other companies, because they were founded to be public cloud. So their intention is everything was going to be public. There were other companies that they wanted to have everything private. So imagine yourself, you would like to have your own AWS in your data center, and then being able to have the bursting capacity fully integrated, completely seamless with another public cloud like us. So we provide private and public into one solution that allow you to have your workloads transfer to across multiple locations. So we have data centers in North America, in Europe, and we're expanding in Asia and Latin America.
Data sovereignty is an interesting issue. There's legislation going through Europe right now that is going to transfer the responsibility from individual countries to hubs dotted around Europe. How well equipped is Ormuco to help customers comply with any changes in data sovereignty legislation?
So innovation, when you build something, you have to make sure that you don't depend on legislation. Because today we have a Prime Minister, we have a president of a different country, and they can change legislation, depending on their thoughts. So our ability to be able to adapt to this was part of our innovation. So we create an identity provider in which the data stay in the country or in the place we would like them to stay.
Okay, a little bit of crystal ball gazing now. What do you see as the major challenges facing not only Ormuco but the whole of the IT industry going forward? What's in the future?
One thing that we're building for the future, imagine yourself an Airbnb of cloud. So one thing that is going to happen in the future is, I give you the example of a university, right? During the summer, they don't have as many students. So what do they do with all those resources of technology that they don't consume during that period of time? Imagine yourself, they can connect those resources to a company like Ormuco and being able to resell them to the customer base they have within that period, so they can recover a part of the investment. Now, this is a great change that is coming because it will make technology more affordable and we'll have more capacity than we had before.
Well, it's very helpful. Orlando Bayter, Chief Executive and of course founder of Ormuco, thank you very much for your time. This is Guy Clapperton from Professional Outsourcing Magazine. Thank you once again for logging on.